everyone, it's Amy, and today in my kitchen, I am making homemade buckeyes. Now, I lived in Ohio for 8 years, so I think I can say these are authentic Ohio buckeyes. If you love a good Reese's, you are going to love this candy, and you're gonna love keeping it in the freezer so you can have this homemade candy anytime you want. So let's get started. First up, in your mixer, you're gonna add 3/4 cup of melted butter. And to this, you're gonna add 3.5 cups of powdered sugar. Next up is 1.5 cups of creamy peanut butter. And I like to just use like a shelf-stable peanut butter, like a Jif or a Skippy. You can use whatever you want, but if you're gonna use a natural one, make sure you stir those oils up real good. And we're gonna put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. You can measure it if you want to. I just like to add it in. All right, let's mix this until it comes into a nice ball. I'm gonna scrape down those sides of the bowl so we get all of that sugar blended in. All right, this looks great. How easy this is to make. Just beat that together almost like a cookie dough. You're gonna wanna get a cookie sheet and line it with some parchment paper because we're gonna put all our little buckeye balls on this. You want them about 1.5 inches in size. The bigger they are, they become more like a 2-bite brownie. So I like them a little on the smaller side. You can decide how you want them. These are all rolled. We're gonna put them in the refrigerator for about an hour. If you wanna speed up that process, you can pop them in the freezer for about half an hour, but I'll be back. All right, friends, we have a few more minutes while our buckeyes are setting up, and we're gonna go ahead and melt the chocolate. So I like to use these Ghirardelli dark chocolate melting wafers. They taste amazing, but what I really love is that they melt so smooth and you can touch the chocolate without any issues with tempering. So I just melt these right in the microwave. It takes a minute. Okay, let's stir these smooth. If your melting wafers aren't completely melted after a minute, you can pop them back in the microwave for another 15 to 30 seconds. Okay, these look fantastic. And we're gonna start dipping. So what I do is I just take a good old handy toothpick, poke it into the cold buckeye, and then you dip it about halfway. Put it back onto the parchment paper, and you're gonna repeat until all of your buckeyes have been dipped. So much easier too than dipping the whole thing. Plus then they wouldn't look like a buckeye because as you all know, a buckeye is actually a nut. As much as I know you football loving fiends out there are gonna tell me it is a football player from the Ohio State, it is actually a nut. So these look like buckeye nuts. The nice thing about the Ghirardelli melting wafers is it only takes it a quick minute or two before it hardens once it's been dipped. So I love that they set up so quickly. It doesn't take long at all. By the time we're done dipping all of these, the ones we started with will already be set. Okay, they are all dipped. And now here's where the real controversy comes in play. What I was always taught is a real Ohioan pinches those holes closed. There you go. Enjoy.